Hey guys, it's IlonkaSims here, and I am back with another speed build. So this one is a different one again. I keep saying this whenever I start a new video, but it is. So I have been wanting to do I guess sort of like a tiny house build for a while, but I wanted it to be a loft because I think lofts are pretty cool, and it works pretty well in The Sims 4, all things considered. It's also very funny to see your Sims kind of just glitch up there, but yeah, I don't know, it was fun to do, and it's a bit weird, and most of the things in the build work. There's a few things that don't quite work. Like, I think there's a chair upstairs that doesn't work, but the rest of it works, so it's fine, right? I wanted to make this upstairs loft area like this, but I needed black shelves so that the glitching wasn't too bad, and I really didn't like the black shelves, so I changed them. I like the light wood color, and it works. It doesn't make sense. I guess you're like in your head, your Sims can like crawl in it from the foot end, I suppose, but yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's okay, I think. But yeah, I've wanted to do a small build for a while, and I never really felt like it until recently, so I finally made it, and I don't know. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I have followed a suggestion by someone to limit myself to just the get to work pack. So there's base game and get to work pack things in here, nothing else. Hopefully there shouldn't be, at least. And I don't know, like, I like the challenge of having only a few different packs, but at the same time it makes it really hard to make something look the way that I would want it to look. So I think I'm going to do another like small house build, maybe smaller than 6x6, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a 2-story one, I don't know, but not necessarily limit the packs I use or limit it to different packs or whatever, but yeah, building with the packs, with just the get to work pack wasn't the easiest thing I've done. Let's put it that way. But yeah, we have the kitchen and a PC downstairs underneath the loft area, and we'll have a TV and a seat here, kind of where you come in. It's not the most ideal place for it to be, but it worked, I suppose. So I did want to use some of the get to work stuff. I started off with this carpet, which I ended up changing. I do quite like them, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I was also really struggling with wall colors. The colors I usually used come with the Spade pack, I think. There's a really nice blue in it, and I love it, but I couldn't use it for this, so that was the thing. Trying to figure out what to put above the fireplace, and I put in this thing that came with one of the updates for Halloween, I think. And then I realized, wait, I was supposed to put a TV up above the fireplace, so I changed that. I won't keep that there, but I use it as kind of a color scheme helper, I suppose, which again changes completely. Put in this little teddy bear because it's cute. I don't have any teddy bears. I have lots of plushies, not actual teddy bears. But yeah, they're really cute, and I figured we'd have one in there. Using that light from the get to work pack as well, which I do quite like, that light. I tend to use it just in the black color, which is very industrial. But if you make it this kind of goldish color, it looks completely different, and it works pretty well. And then upstairs here, instead of having a dresser, we just have the clothes hanging in front of the window and a curtain. And I think this kind of wood thingy on the ground, because why not? I like it there. It's a bit weird maybe, but I like it there. Putting some decorations around. I think I end up putting in a window there because I realized why would there not be any windows over there? I tried doing something funky with lights, but I wasn't feeling it. So yeah, I put a light up there, a light and a window up there. And I'll just put some decorations around the place. And again, I wasn't necessarily happy with just using base game and get to work pack things. There's only so many decorations that came with the get to work pack. And I realized, or at least remembered, that even though the base game came with quite a lot of stuff, I didn't really like the decorations that came with the base game. Which sucks, but it's the truth. I feel like I have to be honest. I wasn't a fan of most of the things that came with the base game. So I put a chair up there because it made sense to me, and then I tested it, I think, after I finished building, and it didn't actually work. But there's a couch downstairs, and there's some bar stools, and there's the desk area, so I think it's okay. And then I changed the colors to match the paintings that I put in. So there's the red and like a blue in there. So I kind of went with those colors because it made sense to me. Changing the carpet because just making it wet would be too much wet. I ended up using this one that came with the Talos update because the colors worked and they looked a bit weird, but it's good enough for me. Over here with the desk, putting a bookshelf in there. I don't think I actually tested if that works, so that might not work. If you want to use it, you might want to move it to the wall, like the grey wall. There's definitely space to put it there, so if it doesn't work, you can easily move it there if you want to use this build. Putting in some decorations and then putting in the bathroom. So my initial idea had been to put the bathroom underneath the loft area with like health walls and everything. And I did that in a test of building this because I figured I should have a look at what I was gonna do before I actually did it. And I realized that's not very practical. You cannot actually see into the bathroom if you put in health walls and then have a shelf above it blocking it off. I guess it might have worked if you put the walls down. I don't know. I should have tested that, but I forgot. Maybe in the next build, if I do another small build, I will try that again. But yeah, we'll just build ourselves like a proper bathroom, I suppose. And then I started on the outside because, you know, even though the inside was supposed to be small and tiny and all that, I kind of just wanted to put in more stuff outside as well. No reason the building itself has to look like a simple boring square. So I started messing around with a deck and some columns. I changed the columns because these were too, I don't know, too much. I wasn't a huge fan of them. You'll see it in a sec. You know, I changed them to these slightly simpler ones. I wish I could have used some of the wooden ones, but they came with other packs, so I guess it wasn't gonna happen. Making the build this wood kind of tone, I think. But I don't know. The wood was interesting. Not necessarily the best idea though. And then over here, the back deck. I wanted some windows in there because no reason why we need to block everything off. So I kind of wanted those full walls there to block off the view from the street, I suppose. And then at the same time, I didn't want to completely block it off, so that's why I put in the windows. Making kind of a different roof level, sort of using the half walls and messing around with some different fences, but it wasn't really working, so I ended up using more health walls because they work. Very simply said, they just work. I considered blocking off most of the build, most of the deck, but I actually liked having a lot of staircases coming down from it, so I ended up just having that and using it. Putting kind of a modern pattern here and above the deck area where there's actually stuff, and I'm putting just some plants on it because that's the thing that people do. I don't know how that would work in real life. I guess it does, but it looks a bit weird. But at the same time, it looks really nice as well, so it's there. And then I wanted to put in a fountain area because there was quite a lot of space left on the lot that I was building on. I wanted to build on a smaller loft, but most of the small lots in my build file, on my build save file at least, they're kind of already taken. I do quite enjoy doing smaller builds, but yeah, most of the builds were taken, so I had to. Most of the lots were taken, not builds. Oh, wow. Most of the lots were taken, so I just figured I'll make the most of this lot that I can. So putting in some trees and some more landscaping. Looking a bit at the trees that are around the same area. I considered putting in an oak tree, but it was too big. It just wasn't necessarily the best thing. And again, just looking at the surrounding area for the landscaping, putting in some rocks, not to forget the garden pebbles that I think I might be the only person that uses it. I've never really seen people use it too much, but I like the kind of extra decoration they give. And then while we're doing some terrain painting, I also put in some of these planter boxes because I don't use them enough. When I'm building, I don't use them a lot, even though I think a lot of people do some gardening, at least initially when they start playing the game. I don't know, I think it would be fun to have them there, just as a thing to have there, because there's not a lot of outdoor activities that came with the base game. And again, also not so much with the Get to Work pack, so yeah, it's just the way it is, I suppose. And then outside on the deck here, we just have a barbecue, a table and chairs, and then just some seats if you want to enjoy your fresh air. Should have maybe put in like an easel or something, but I didn't think about that when building, so I will tell you this now. Could be a nice thing to put in. But that's it, so we are in the screenshots. I managed to take a few screenshots, even though it's a really tiny build. But yeah, if you want to download this, there will be a link down in the description. It should all work except for the chair upstairs. And that's it. So if you want to see something built, let me know down in the comments and I will talk to you next time. Bye guys!